Wait, I kind of forgot what was just said. Okay, chat, you will be heard, or Meowster will be heard soon. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm I'm learning.
Meowdy. Can you hear me now? Yeah. You can probably hear Momster if Momster. Yeah, I do have subtitles. It's true. Hi, Momster.
Hi, can
Hi,
everybody hear
buddy.
me? Are we ready for fun?
My final question is how's the audio balance? Meowster and Momster and Ezra. We secretly also have Hexagonal here helping. Whoa. The audio is amazing. Oh, whoa. That's awesome. Um, I feel like the music is too loud. I'm gonna turn it down. I don't know. We do have a secret hexagonal. It's true. So, welcome everyone to the opening shenaniganery of Ezra Mutual Aid. It is Gender Federation's Spring 2024 event. I'm very excited it's here. We've been very hard at work planning, um, especially everyone else because I got sick. So everyone else stepped up. So I just want to start the event by saying thank you, everyone else. I'm just here trying to not take credit for all of your hard work because holy crap. That was a lot of hard work you all did. My goodness. I'm gonna skim through the daily meowdies right quick and then we'll get underway. Kamesy gave us a shout out. That's awesome. Thank you to Kamesy for that. Zairi and Ray of Swords and Pookie Creations and Trashcan Wolves and Jen Giggles and Sunberry have all done a daily meowdy. Also, congrats to Ray, Bear, and Wolves for your streaks, your watch streaks. And Butch Twink, meowdy to you. So fun. So I'm gonna replay our very first donation, which happened before the stream, but because it's someone that I texted about the event, I'm gonna take credit for it. Here you go. What command works? We're gonna find out. Are the alerts working? Let's see. I know that friends said that the alerts were worked when they were doing stuff while I was sleeping. If you have suggestions of how to fix, let me know. Because I promise you, they were working when I tested them many times 2 days ago. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Yes, good. You seemed okay when you were testing it earlier. Well, I don't know why that command isn't working, but I can do this, so there you go. Our first donor was Dr. C, y'all. It was very cool. Dr. C was the recipient of Trans Holiday Special, which was Gender Federation's last event, and I texted them last night to be like, hey, our next thing is happening if you want to say hi or donate. And so Dr. C says sending the love and kicked us off with a $25 tip. And DJ just now did a $10 tip. Wow. I think that means I got to put 2 googly eyes on. I should move this sandwich out of the way. So I might ask Hexagonal to try and troubleshoot why aren't my alerts for Pally working, and you do buttons, and I'll just do talking. Haha. I can hear that at least. That's cool. So today we're doing some tarot mischief, which is fun. You're alone at work. Bwahaha. Yes, biblically accurate, master. You will attempt to fix. Huzzah. Um, so I have this thing that's cycling through. I'm actually going to switch to just chatting for a minute so I can have both at the same time and explain it, and then I'll switch back. I did start these, so I don't know why it's being a heck. Anyway, there we go. So, incentives. Any donation, you get a googly eye. So there are 2 googly eyes that I owe chat. Here they are. I will put them on imminently. If a person donates $20 or more, then they get to have a live card pull on stream today with Meowster. That is until we run out of time today. So we will be ending on time. So if you have a card pull and we don't get to you, you forfeit your card pull. And I don't know how to solve it for you. You just ordered your first to row. Ooh, nice. That's exciting. So since Dr. C donated and is not currently here, I'm going to say that that's actually a community donation. And that'll be a freebie for someone to claim if they don't have the funds to otherwise get a card pull. So if anyone would like to donate a $50 or more, I will write you a personalized thank you card. I might even draw a doodle, maybe. Depends on how many get purchased. And then if anyone is interested in a one-on-one reading with Momster herself, she is offering up to 2 for $100 a piece. So if you would like, Mom, how much time are you thinking on those? Is that like an hour reading? Something like that? Maybe more?
Yeah, it's like a full life spread. So usually, it, 40 minutes to an hour, but they're going to leave with whatever their questions are answered, but it'll be capped at an hour. But yeah, they'll get a lot of answers for a lot of things.
Nice.
Ooh,
A whole hour of
very
Momster's time.
nice.
Delightful. So those are the incentives. We also have some milestones. Basically, every $100, and we get a milestone unlocked. So when we get to the first $100, Butch Twink, who's also here on the stream right now and also the recipient of the whole thing, will make you an emote. If we get to $200, we're going to be raffling off one of these fellas. Christy C. Rowe donated a bunch of these to our events for this whole year, so I'm giving away 3 per event. And this is the Next World to Row. It's the miniature version of the one that Mom has. She's showing you on this other scene. And so, yeah, there's the cards up there. So they're wonderful. And then the third offering is a set of stickers from Butch Twink. It'll be a set of 5. I think I slotted 2 sets of 5 stickers. It's the Protect Trans Healthcare sticker that you can see over there on the graphic. It's also sliding in up at the top in the logo slideshow eventually. So those are some of the milestone prizes. Every $100, one of those things happens. So we're at $35 right now. We're $65 away from giving away our first cool thing. Also, with this event overall, we are giving away a game code every hour on the half hour. So in 15 minutes, the stage managers are going to remind me, hey, do the giveaway, Meowster, and we'll run a giveaway for you all. And by that, I mean, maybe Hexagonal will run it using my Mix-It-Up, because then I don't have to do it. Wait, there's more. And there are also milestones. Kamianya, was it every $200 that there's milestones for the whole event too? Something like that. So there are, oh my gosh, so many prizes. It's ridiculous. The stage managers will tell you, your stage managers for this event are Ray of Sorge, DJ Nerd, Kamianya, and Kamesy. Is that all? Is that everybody? Did I remember off the top of my head? I might help out also, but only if I want to. Because people are telling me I should rest, so I'm trying to listen to them. As spoons allow, I will help out. There's my answer. Every $200. So there you go. Yeah, awesome. So before we jump into some readings, we're going to play you an Ask video. It is a video that our wonderful friend Sunberry edited for us, and it's Ezra themselves explaining what is the reason for this event, the reason for the season, if you will. Anyways, we're here where our memory problems and chronic pain are moderate to severe. I see someone saw my mobile notification that I spent a whole 2 minutes writing. Awesome. All right. Oh my goodness. Chandri, thank you for that mutual aid donation. We're going to figure out why those tip alerts aren't working while you watch the Ask video. Enjoy.
This year in the US, we have witnessed
Okay,
a malicious
y'all,
attack
can you
on
listen to
transgender
stream? Y'all
people
means
by the
all,
government
y'all.
across several
Oh, there's
states.
the noise at least.
Over 500
There it is. It's on this
anti-LGBTQ
scene.
pieces of
Maybe we just
legislation
need to copy
were
it,
introduced,
the
and over a fifth of those bills
alert
were
URL
filed
into
here
other
in the state of
scenes.
Texas.
Is
I
that
have been
wise?
doing nonprofit work since my freshman year of high school.
Oh,
It's hard
Scooby,
to
I'm glad you're so
believe
smart. I always forget
that
about
over
that.
10 years
Maybe a
later,
sandwich
the
would
fight
be
for the
good.
liberation of LGBTQ Texans is still not over. In fact, it's only getting harder. Early in 2023, a bill was signed into law banning gender-affirming healthcare for minors in the state of Texas. Fortunately, this bill is being challenged right now in the Texas Supreme Court. However, the effects have already been severely damaging. Children are scared, parents are fleeing the state, and even adults are affected.
Source, maybe?
I know this because I'm one of them. It has been almost a year since my endocrinologist was forced to leave her practice due to hateful right-wing conservative groups making despicable propaganda against her. It has been almost a year
you've
since
been
my
texting
therapist
me
and her
calories.
family made the difficult decision to move across the country. Lastly,
Hope it
it
was
has
good.
been almost a year since I helped
Wow, I'm
someone
very
who
white
I
now.
looked up to dearly in this community pack up to
I'm
move
the white
away
person
from this
by, like,
state
kinda
because they were
my
no longer
ethics
feeling
were all
safe
blown out.
in this place that we used to call home. It has been a long year, and every aspect of my health, mental, physical, and emotional, has declined to levels that I have never felt before. I tried to keep going for as long as I could, but I can no longer sustain my life without proper care and help. I am desperately in need of a new gender-affirming endocrinologist who can also treat my chronic illnesses, a new therapist, a vet to treat my ESA's special needs, and last but most importantly, I desperately need top surgery. Now, I know that this may sound strange because I've already had top surgery, but when we take a look at the facts, and thankfully one of my good friends was able to help me realize I did not have top surgery initially. What I had was a breast reduction. There is still a large amount of tissue and fat in my chest that has made me go back into hiding. I had my initial procedure about 2.5 years ago, and now I still find myself
Well, I guess
wearing baggy clothes or wearing what we all know as our dysphoria comfort hoodies, and I just find myself not going out and doing all the things that I hoped that I could and would be able to do post-top surgery. Honestly, it's just been a constant cyclical pattern of me asking myself, why did I even get the surgery in the first place? Or what if I had taken actions or more time to recover? It's just a lot of whys and what ifs. But I found that asking these questions isn't going to produce the procedure or the results that I want. I've been able to get by so far and make do with what I have. And I've even found a great candidate for a new doctor and a great candidate for a new therapist. However, my monetary resources are rapidly depleting. My job options are minimal, and my current job helps pay the bills, but that's about it. This is where you come in. Here's a little bit of insight as to what you can do to help me get back on track and help me receive the healthcare that I not only need but deserve and should have been receiving in the first place.
$100 cost of a copay and travel to and from the new endocrinologist. $250 1 month of therapy appointments. $500 top surgery consult out of pocket cost. $1,250 emotional support animal procedure and bills. $1,500 support during surgery recovery time. $2,500 business supplies for secondhand income. $5,000 surgery, hospital, and recovery supplies. $1,400 fees and taxes. Total $12,500.
Firstly, I'd like to thank you, the viewers, your viewership, whether it be active and engaging or just having us on in the background while you lurk and work. Your support means the world to me. It honestly, to me, is so amazing that you even would take the time to help listen to my story and get to know a little bit more about me and a little bit more about a Texan who has fought for their community for over a decade now and just wants to keep on seeing great things be done. Thank you.
Oh, I need it back. Just a minute. Oh, hi, it's me, and my camera's weird. Now I know that you can hear me on the other scenes because my microphone is weird. You gotta fix that. It's because it's set up as a global mic instead of a source that was added. So, y'all, so many things. What is the name of Ezra's emotional support animal? It's a great question. We can switch back to the scene where Ezra is and you can find out.
Our ESA is named Silas. He is sleeping to my right currently. He's a very sleepy boy. And he is a tuxedo kitty, as y'all could tell. Love him very much. But yeah, he's going through some things. When he was little, his brother actually broke his tail. So his tail currently has a little kink in it. But recently it's been getting worse. And he's been kind of gnawing at it. So the doctor thinks they might have to do some surgery on that. And then the doctor knows for sure that he has a bum tooth, which ironically is hilarious because at my current job, we had an incident at school on Tuesday. And so my, one of my front teeth is now, my left front tooth is now missing. And that's why I'm on VTuber right now. So yeah, just living life, making it, y'all.
Oh, they match now.
We do match now, yes.
All right. I'm just fixing a thing right quick. Okay. I want to see if I can get the alerts to play now on this scene. Elva's booping buttons. Y'all means all, y'all. There we go. Now it's working. I hope you like the sound command I made. It says y'all means all, y'all. Just for Ezra. My present to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yay, working. Indeed. I'm just checking. Sorry. My mic is on the scene because I put it in audio sources. But
y'all
hopefully...
means all, y'all.
Oh my gosh, someone tipped $10. I didn't put card draws at 10 though. I put it at 20. So y'all are being very nice and only getting googly eyes.
Thank you,
anyway.
whoever tipped.
Yes, thank you, Anonymous. Anonymous, aka someone. I don't know if our tracking spreadsheet looks for someone and labels them as anonymous. That's a coding problem for DJ later. Anyway, well, we do have at least one community reading, which I can't remember, but that might be something I was manually tracking. So let me go write that in. None of those is it. So our goal for this stream is a very wild $1,000. I don't know if we'll get there, but we do have prizes every $100 all the way to $1,000, so it's very exciting. Readings counter. Oh, that's where it is. Okay. I swear I spent 10, 15 hours getting scenes ready for this event, and I feel like it doesn't show it all right now, so I'm sorry, everyone. It's taking me a lot of executive function to get the stuff together. We'll get there. Momster, could you do some sort of tarot recap for us and get us caught up on what we did last time and maybe do a reading for this upcoming month?
I can do a reading for this upcoming month, but I was sick last month, so we didn't have an April.
It's
so
true.
We don't actually have a April, but I can tell you what the specific card was for April when we did the first, in January when we did the full year. We pulled a card for each month. And so the card that we pulled for the month of April was the 10 of Wands. So, and that the 10 of Wands is like in the conventional tarot, it's like overburdened, like carrying almost like, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulder, and determination is required to get to the other side. The 10 of Wands in the Next World Tarot is very similar. Its determination is required and fight for honor and recognition. So it's basically, and 10 is a completion card. So the number 10 is completion of a cycle. So, which is actually interesting on a personal level today. It's funny that this is literally the day, and we did not have a reading that I did in March for the month of April, but the one card that we pulled at the beginning of the year for April was a completion. So I don't know if anybody else is experiencing like completions with projects or situations or whatever it is, but the month of April itself for the community that was here when we did this in January was feeling overburdened and having to marshal your resources to push through, because determination is required for the completion of the cycle. But the completion of the cycle is also here. So we just have to do our footwork, so to speak, to complete the cycle.
Yeah.
So I can't see the chat, but I don't know if that has resonance for anybody out there, but that's where April was.
Ezra, are you willing to just read chat as an ongoing task for this stream today?
Yes, I can. And let's see. We have Emily Woodgo saying, OMG, such a mood for April. And then Trash Can Wolf, April is a month of completions. Very, very accurate to our life right now. But also, very, very accurate to our life right now. Sad face, but also happy face.
Great. Thank you all for that confirmation. So I like to always get a feel if I'm for sure tapping into where we're at as a collective. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. I appreciate it. Because I know my intention, and as a group before we jumped in to stream today, we created a intention of the highest and best would be served for everyone today. So that is the energy from where we are moving. So we'll go ahead and pull 4 cards. These will be for each week in May. And before I start, anybody who's new that's never been here before, welcome. We're glad you're here. Anybody that's not new, I know you've heard me say this before, so I'll just ask you to indulge me, but I just try to give a little bit of an overview for kind of how I do the readings, because every reader does their own, has their own process. So, so for me, I just kind of like to set the container of how this rolls. So as it relates to, if I use the word masculine or feminine, I just mean it as energy, not as, necessarily someone's gender. So maybe something shows up as more of a masculine energy field or a feminine energy field. So when I use those words, that's what I mean by that. Timing, if something comes up that suggests timing, what I can say is it's in a general sense, because my tarot isn't synced up with my Google Calendar, so, or any of yours as far as I know. So it's like as a general, like notional idea. And I always ask people to please take what you like and leave the rest. If there's anything that I'm saying that doesn't have resonance or that that you don't like, let it go. Don't pick it up if it doesn't fit. It's okay. Just take the parts that you like and let the rest go. And above all else, always trust your own intuition above anything that is going on here at the tarot, because you know more the specifics of your life. So your intuition and your instincts are always going to be the best for you personally. So. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Monster. Meowster, we actually have a game giveaway, our first game giveaway to kick off.
Awesome.
Let's see.
We can get that queued up.
After Image is a hand-drawn 2D action adventure that emphasizes fast-paced combat with diversified character builds, non-linear levels, and a gripping story set in the ruins of a fantasy world.
Amazing. We have just started the giveaway. It will go for 10 minutes. Folks can join by typing !giveaway into the chat. And the bot will automatically conclude the giveaway in 10 minutes. You'll get a reminder every minute as well. The first of 75 games we're going to give away. And so it begins.
I can't believe we got 75. That is amazing.
It is. We actually have enough games for also the next event because people were really voracious in their donations in our prospecting this time. It was really awesome.
That is amazing.
Yeah, love it. Jen is here twice. Nice. All right. Let's see. Mom, do I need to write down May?
I have it here, so I made a spot to jot it down in my handy dandy notebook.
All right. So I did not write it down. Sorry, I don't know.
Would you like me to say it out loud?
I do. I would like that. I do know what's wrong. I haven't taken my meds yet today, and my brain isn't working, and that was a tactical failure on my part. Because I know better. Anyways, yes, please. What is week 1?
Week 1 is the Knight of Wands. Week 2 is the Queen of Swords. We got a whole family going on here. So we've got the Knight of Wands. Week 2 is the Queen of Swords. Week 3 is the King of Wands.
Y'all means all, y'all. Thank you, Jen, for that donation.
Aw, thank you. Thanks for that donation.
$34. That means Jen gets a reading. Jen, can you use the channel point thing to get in the tarot queue, or let us know if it's a community reading to donate? You tried to and it didn't work. Okay, I'll have to troubleshoot that. And what's week 4, Mom?
Okay. And week 4 is the 2 of Cups. So we got a bunch of royalty leading into romance.
Wow, that's a trajectory.
That's the short story. Yeah, that's the short story. A short story by Momster.
Are we at 89 now?
Correct, 89.
You know, I guess we have the benefit on this stream of the actual thing at the top is the same as how much we've earned on the stream. So I'm going to make my life easier and stop tracking it manually because my commands are broken.
I was going to suggest that.
Yeah. All right. Everyone else's streams, they don't have that benefit. That's our first stream privilege today. And Hexagonal, I am writing you things in Discord. If you are not realizing that that's where I'm trying to communicate with you. Okay, so we got our reading for the month. We've seen the Ask video. We're running our giveaway. So is it time for our first personal reading for Jen? And I got to fix the thing.
Well, we didn't go through the whole monthly reading. Do we want to go through and actually talk a little bit about what the cards mean?
Yes, I would love that. I wasn't sure if you had done that while I was doing technical things.
No.
I apologize.
No.
Go ahead.
I was trying not to do things when you were kind of talking. Okay.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
Week 1 is the Knight of Wands. And if you can see, try and get this card so you can see it. So the Knight of Wands, it says down here, the fire starter. So this card, so everyone knows, the Next World Tarot, her meanings have a slight variation to the conventional tarot. So I try to stay with her meaning, but I also try to pepper in what the conventional card is too, so people can get it from either direction. So the creator of this deck, Christy Rode, that created this Next World Tarot, she said that the Knight of Wands is, this card represents a revolution with like new materials that were self-made resources. So it's some kind of a revolution that, you know, is happening, and it's with new materials and self-made resources and that kind of thing. So, and it says the fire starter here. So it's, you know, because wands are that energy. So, because each of the suits in the tarot, it has a element that goes to it, and wands is a fire element. Like cups are water, wands is fire, swords are air, and pentacles are earth. So anyways, this is a fire card. So it's like, also, you know, the wands to me are like the suit of like fire and passion, and there's action that go along with them. So a lot of initiation to me happens with these cards. So that's week 1. So buckle your seatbelt for some kind of a revolution. I don't know if it's internal or external, but some kind of a revolution is a coming. And then week 2 is the Queen of Swords. And it says down here on the card, the Throne of Truth. So, you know, now I have kind of a funny thing. The original person that taught me tarot, I've had 2 teachers, and the original person that taught me the tarot basically said that the Queen of Swords is like the Judge Judy of the tarot deck. So in the conventional sense, like that's what she used to say about it. So she is, isn't that funny? I think that's a great description.
I love it.
Right? You kind of get an image in your mind of what it is, like no nonsense, fairness, but tough, like, and how Christy Rode explained it is that the Queen of Swords is like fairness and survival being a universal concept, and that harsh experiences fortify us and eventually open our hearts. And it's important that even when our heart gets open, that we're making decisions with our head. So the trials and tribulations that the Queen of Swords has gone through has opened up her heart, and yet she still makes decisions with her head. So
I love that. Very beautiful meaning for a very beautiful card.
Isn't it a beautiful card? Yeah. I mean, it's just so pretty. I mean, this deck is just done so creatively, and I love, you know, that it's more, I understand why Meowster loves this deck, because it is more gender fluid, and like the more I work with it, the more I kind of get, you know, synced up with the meanings and the imagery. I'm very visual, so I like the images and the colors. And so the week 3, we got back to the wands. So we got back to the wands, which is the fire energy, and then we move on to the king. And the King of Wands is about clearing the air in order to fill it with inspiration and to become deeply intentional and to imagine the greatest that you would like to self-manifest. That's what I took out of her booklet about the meaning of this card. So it has to do with things, the air getting cleared so we can fill it with inspiration and get deeply rooted in our intention, and then be able to use our imagination to be able to kind of like attract to us that which we actually want. So that's week 3 of May. And this is what's like the upcoming roughly for the month of May, roughly. And then the last card is the 2 of Cups, and you can see and it says down here, connection and Venus in Cancer. I don't know enough about zodiac. I mean, I follow it, but I don't know. I can't speak on it. I don't have fluency with it. So if there's anybody out there that knows about that, I'll just tell you that's what it says at the bottom of this card. It says connection, but that it also says Venus in Cancer. So, and the 2 of Cups is the way that Christy Rode in this deck describes it, love at its highest, love at its highest self, and to remember that love is real, and to bring our healthy self to love relationships. So it is to do with love, but it's to do with love in its highest form. And, you know, in love relationships, but in its highest form. So I think it suggests, you know, connection and also healing. And I will say in the conventional tarot, the 2 of Cups is often to do with somebody from the past coming back, or it's somebody that you have known previously, as opposed to like the Ace of Cups, which is more to do with like new romance, a new person. So the 2 of Cups has to do with a person that is already exists, or somebody that's known, or that there's been some previous connection to?
It's very interesting. So Venus, I wonder, I only know the specifics about Venus in Virgo because my Venus is in Virgo. However, just like looking up and doing little research, Venus determines how and what you love. It indicates how you express affection and the qualities you're attracted to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. And Cancer is a water card. And you know, Cancer is a not a water card, a water sign. And Two of Cups is a water card. So there's those tie-ins too. So there's that, you know, that energy around it. So did anybody have any questions about this before I move on, or anything that wasn't clear? Or
let me check chat.
Okay.
Let's see. Nope, I think that was it for
We're okay.
the
All right.
questions. Yes.
Great. Okay. Just want to make sure before we tra-la-la along.
Tra-la-la.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to shuffle a little bit. And then I think we forgot to tell people kind of like the card and the questions. Yowster, do you want me to speak to that, or did you want to speak to that, or does Ezra?
I would love for you and Ezra to verbally host the content as much as the two of you can spare.
Okay.
just because my brain is not. I'm doing too many things to also word.
Okay.
The autism is happening. So, but yes, we have a question from Jen, but it is a yes or no question, and I know you have a little explanation you like to do. It is for those who are like, oh no, I missed it. It's scrolling in blue at the bottom. Is a synopsis of what Momster is about to say as a reminder for later. But I would still love Mom to do a explanation of how you like people to phrase their inquiries for you so that you can give them the best reading possible.
Yeah. Thanks, Master.
Yeah.
So basically, I'd like to get some kind of clarity for you with your question. And so if you ask a yes or no question, oftentimes it's like harder to do that, as well as if you say, should I do this or that? It's actually better if you pick one and we explore information about a topic. So if you can have it be like specific to a topic or some specific area, like, you know, a lot of times people want to know about like maybe something coming up and, you know, something to do with their future or projects at work or romance or something like that. So if you can be specific, and you don't have to give away personal information, please only share what is comfortable for you. So you don't have to give away a lot of personal information, but it helps to know like what area are we going into. So like for me, like I know, you know, one of my teachers, I had her do a reading for me a couple of months ago, and we were asking like specific questions about like the future of a specific project, like how, you know, like give me information about what's upcoming in the next few months on this work project. So like that's how I worded it with her, and then we refined until we got like, you know, until we got kind of a clear question. So something in that vein where you don't have to give away a bunch of information, you don't have to disclose a bunch of information to us, but if you can get specific on the topic and kind of like, what is it that you want to know about it? Do you want to know about something specific, like what's upcoming, or, you know, something like that, or, you know, romance? I think you guys will know how to word that. I'm not even sure how I would coach you and how to ask those questions, but I suspect people will know what they want to ask about that. So I was just trying to give like an example there of like a project, what's upcoming, or, you know, or something like that. Does that help?
Yeah,
Was that clear, Ezra?
I think it was clear, and I
Okay.
think that helped with our question. So the question we have from Jen is, okay, how will asking for help make the book happen?
Say that again.
How will asking for help make the book happen? I presume this is like regarding the creation of, or maybe the publishing of a book. Jen, I don't know if you feel more comfortable explaining, but we're here to listen.
Yeah. So asking for help, how will asking for help affect the publishing of the book?
We just got clarity. Creation of a book.
Okay. Okay. So we want information about the creation of a book. What does the universe want to tell us? What does the tarot wants to tell us about the creation of the book for Jen? Asking for help. But it's specific to give us information about the creation of a book that Jen wants to create. That's what I'm picking up.
Yes, and Jen writes, it's a huge financial undertaking.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we need information about the creation of the book for Jen. In particular, relates to the financial implications and such. Okay. So these cards are very big, so the shuffling is always kind of funny. So if it looks like I'm shuffling funny, it's because I am, because these cards are so big. It's hard to do a conventional shuffle. So it is correct. They are big. It is hard. Okay. So I'm gonna cut the deck and we're gonna pull a card for Jen and see what we get. The Lovers. Okay. The Lovers card. So interesting. So it has Air and Gemini. And then on the right-hand side, it has Mercury. So, so air, a couple of things. So air is like being up in the head. Usually air signs is things that are going on up here in the head. And if you think about Gemini, the only thing I really know about this sign is that it's almost like a dual sign. So it's like there's two things going together. And then the Lovers is about, it's a union. So there's some kind of a union situation happening with the Lovers, and her interpretation of the Lovers is reciprocal relationship, and that love is in all things, and it's a bond that honors you for you. So it's really interesting. Reciprocal relationship. So, and love is in all things, a bond that honors you for you. So whatever it is as it relates to the creation and
y'all means all y'all
of the book, somehow there's a reciprocity that's involved in it, in some kind of a relationship where it's reciprocal. So, which is nice, because then it means it's not one-sided, right? So I would always prefer to be in a reciprocal relationship. So it's not one-sided. And I mean, I don't even know if like this specifically means like the person that you end up collaborating with might be a Gemini, or that there may be some help somewhere from a Gemini in the mix. I don't know, but that's kind of like a question that I have. And then the Lover's card is a number 6. And in the conventional idea of the 6 as it relates to the tarot, the 6 is about moving on, but finding balance. So there's balance in the situation, which would match with what Christy Rhodes says in the next World Tarot about it being reciprocal. So I just feel like there's this reciprocity thing. That's the thing to be watching for. That's the thing to kind of be on the lookout for as it relates to the creation of the book and how the funding is going to happen. Like there's some reciprocity somewhere, and wherever it is, it's honoring you for you. So it's like, I almost want to, okay, I'm going to throw this out there, but again, take what you like and leave the rest, because what's landing right now, which isn't directly related to the card, is if you have different opportunities and like one really sees you for you and honors you for you and you feel like it's really reciprocal, and another one isn't that way, that's information to really factor in. So I think really that reciprocity thing and the balance and there being that like equilibrium with the give and take, that factors in here somehow. So that's my thing, is like be on the watch for that. Or if that's something that already exists, like maybe that's somebody that you just talk to about the project and they can make suggestions, because sometimes that's what it is the guidance you get. It's not actually it's not actually the end of the story. This is the next step to take. So take this one step with this person where it's really reciprocal and they see you and they honor you. And then they may give you information about what's the next step. Because I think sometimes we think about it in terms of these big leaps that get us to the end and then it's done and it's there. And in my experience, it's one step after another step after another step. And sometimes you take a step and you feel like, well, that didn't work out. But the reality is you needed to take that step for it to like redirect you to where you actually needed to be. So you almost went off course so you could get redirected. So man, I hope I get to hear back about how this goes. I'm excited about it. Yeah, I love it. I'm excited to see how it goes. Normally I don't have so much to say about one card, but a lot of information just seemed to drop in. So take that for what it's worth, Jen. Hope it's helpful.
Jen says thanks. And honestly, and it had me thinking while I was like, oh, Gemini season's coming up. So maybe that's another sign. I don't know.
Yeah.
We had another donation from Maninja. Thank you very much. That means you are in line for a community reading. We've also met our first milestone, correct, for giveaway?
We sure did. Holy smokes. Yes. So we have an ad starting in 2 minutes. Maninja, you're actually next. We just finished Jen, and no one else is in line ahead of you. So if you want to take a moment and phrase your question, we can answer that. Is that the... Oh, you know what? It is not. It's not the right donate link. Thank you for catching that. Anyways, there are many things to fix. But we do have an ad starting. So maybe I will play the Ask video again so that people can watch that while the ads are running or what have you, instead of just being on a Be Right Back screen. And we'll be back after ads, and we will keep working on fixing commands and all the things. That command worked. You know what? I think... Which thing posted the donate link? Was that... It was Masterbot. Okay. So it's somewhere in Mix It Up. I have 2 donate things somehow. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, we'll work on it. But yes, it is the Gender Federation one. Maninja's question for whenever. How can you make the blog successful? So that's for Momster. How can Meninja make their blog successful? And I hope you all enjoy the Ask video again while we're doing ads, and then we'll be back for Meninja's answer.
This year in the US, we have witnessed a malicious attack on transgender people by the government across several states. Over 500 anti-LGBTQ pieces of legislation were introduced, and over a fifth of those bills were filed here in the state of Texas. I have been doing nonprofit work since my freshman year of high school. It's hard to believe that over 10 years later, the fight for the liberation of LGBTQ Texans is still not over. In fact, it's only getting harder. Early in 2023, a bill was signed into law banning gender-affirming healthcare for minors in the state of Texas. Fortunately, this bill is being challenged right now in the Texas Supreme Court. However, the effects have already been severely damaging. Children are scared, parents are fleeing the state, and even adults are affected. I know this because I'm one of them. It has been almost a year since my endocrinologist was forced to leave her practice due to hateful right-wing conservative groups making despicable propaganda against her. It has been almost a year since my therapist and her family made the difficult decision to move across the country. Lastly, it has been almost a year since I helped someone who I looked up to dearly in this community pack up to move away from this state because they were no longer feeling safe in this place that we used to call home. It has been a long year, and every aspect of my health, mental, physical, and emotional, has declined to levels that I have never felt before. I tried to keep going for as long as I could, but I can no longer sustain my life without proper care and help. I am desperately in need of a new gender-affirming endocrinologist who can also treat my chronic illnesses, a new therapist, a vet to treat my ESA's special needs, and last but most importantly, I desperately need top surgery. Now, I know that this may sound strange because I've already had top surgery, but when we take a look at the facts, and thankfully one of my good friends was able to help me realize I did not have top surgery initially. What I had was a breast reduction. There is still a large amount of tissue and fat in my chest that has made me go back into hiding. I had my initial procedure about 2.5 years ago, and now I still find myself wearing baggy clothes or wearing what we all know as our dysphoria comfort hoodies. And I just find myself not going out and doing all the things that I hoped that I could and would be able to do post-top surgery. Honestly, it's just been a constant cyclical pattern of me asking myself, why did I even get the surgery in the first place? Or what if I had taken actions or more time to recover? It's just a lot of whys and what ifs, but I found that asking these questions isn't going to produce the procedure or the results that I want. I've been able to get by so far and make do with what I have, and I've even found a great candidate for a new doctor and a great candidate for a new therapist. However, my monetary resources are rapidly depleting. My job options are minimal, and my current job helps pay the bills, but that's about it. This is where you come in. Here's a little bit of insight as to what you can do to help me get back on track and help me receive the healthcare that I not only need, but deserve and should have been receiving in the first place.
$100 cost of a copay and travel to and from the new endocrinologist. $250 1 month of therapy appointments. $500 top surgery consult out-of-pocket cost. $1,250 emotional support animal procedure and bills. $1,500 support during surgery recovery time. $2,500 business supplies for secondhand income. $5,000 surgery, hospital, and recovery supplies. $1,400 fees and taxes. Total $12,500.
Firstly, I'd like to thank you, the viewers, your viewership, whether it be active and engaging or just having us on in the background while you lurk and work. Your support means the world to me. It honestly, to me, is so amazing that you even would take the time to help listen to my story and get to know a little bit more about me and a little bit more about a Texan who has fought for their community for over a decade now and just wants to keep on seeing great things be done. Thank you.
Hello. How many Google eyes do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think I owe 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. I choose the googly eyes every time. And then I'm like, oh no, too many things to do. Ezra can dance in the emotes. That's cute. I like it. Little cow person boots. I'm glad y'all liked the Ask video. Yeah. My googly eyes come in different sizes, but I've apparently picked the big size most of the times already. So, Emily, you get a petite little bitty mischief right there. Just a big line. It's like a thought bubbling up. All right. And so, stage managers, did you catch whoever won the last giveaway? Because we have another giveaway to do. Go check the giveaway thing. It was right? Okay, great. My favorite part is not having to keep track of that. Where is the give? There's so many words on this list. All right. Next up, since we have hit our $100, we get to give away an emote by Butch Twink. And once we get to 200, we get to give away the first of the 3 tarot decks that we have. Emote from Butch Twink. Ezra, are you there? And would you like to say anything about the emote commission that you're offering?
Yes, I am here, and I am actually resubscribing to Trans Guy Energy so I can show the other examples of emotes that I've made.
It's fun.
But yes, if y'all haven't already seen the Trans Cowboy Boot, I was the person who made that. I also made the Dr. C emote. I don't think anyone has it still, but I made that one, and then I'm about to show you all the emotes that I made for Trans Guy Energy.
And you made the sticker.
So,
Protect Trans Healthcare sticker.
Yeah, and I made that. Yeah, I made that sticker up there.
It's awesome. All right.
Thank you.
Momster, do you remember Meninja's question? Because it was not put into the request queue, so it's lost to the chat scroll. I can't hear you. You are muted, perhaps.
Yes, I was muted. Thank you. The question is about making the blog successful. Information about making the blog successful. That's what I recall.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. And I've been thinking about that while I've been shuffling, so we're gonna cut the deck and pull the cards. Okay, let's see what we got. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, that's adorable. See if I can get this so you guys can, so everybody can see the cards. So it's the Knight of Pentacles, and at the bottom here it says, oh, well, this couldn't be any more specific. This is great. The methodical approach.
That is rather specific.
I
It's true.
mean, it is very specific. So I would say it's about taking a methodical approach. So like what pops into my mind when I think about that is like sitting down, drawing out a plan, making a schedule, like, you know, making a content calendar, like all those kinds of things, which I realize is like super specific, but it's the methodical approach. So whatever that means to you, all that stuff I listed is what I would hear if somebody said that to me. So whatever those details are for you is what the suggestion is. So in Pentacles is earth. So the element that is related with Pentacles is earth, but Pentacles are also like a golden coin. So it is definitely, you know, it is definitely related to, you know, your coins, so to speak. So taking a methodical approach to it. And the Knight, specifically as it relates to this tarot deck, is eventual positive outcome, knowledge through effort, patience, and here's a suggestion of connection to nature. And also loyalty factors into it. So I don't know if it's like being loyal to a timeline or to yourself or to the commitment, but it's suggesting a positive outcome. But it says eventual positive outcome. So it's going to require, you know, the putting in the effort, and you're going to gain knowledge along the way. So like what I was saying with the last card that we pulled, like sometimes it's a matter of like, here's the next thing and that I need to do. So maybe this doesn't get us to the full end conclusion, but the next thing to focus on is to be having a methodical approach to things. So, and if we look at the images, like there's a bicycle. I don't even know what this is in the hand. I'm not even really
Looks
sure
like
what
a
that
crystal,
is. It almost
maybe.
looks like a crystal or something. And then there's like a, you know, a messenger bag and a bunch of things flying through the air here. I'm thinking maybe coming off of it came off the tires of the bike or something. I don't know, but it's going to, you know, a methodical approach with effort. Things will come, you know, keep after it. And, you know, again, Pentacles is about coins. So this is literally about, you know, financial matters, earthbound things and financial matters. And also don't forget that for her, there's that specific piece to a connection to nature. So I don't know if you're somebody that likes nature or whatever it is, but this suggests that would play some kind of a part. So maybe that it is a part of what helps you to get inspired or grounded or refreshed to continue on the action. I'm not really sure, but it just seems to factor in. And like in the conventional tarot, it's a very similar meaning that it's an eventual positive outcome. So that's crossover between the two. So, I mean, it's not
And
very
I'm just
often you get
adding my
such
cat and I go
specificity.
hiking for the blog incidentally.
Nice. Nice. All right. There you go. So that was a pretty specific. I like it. Nice.
It is nice. All right, there's 4 more minutes on this giveaway, folks. If you want to join, I'm mentioning it because I want to join. I want an emote. That's cool.
Thank you.
Yes. So reminders, in $59, we will give away the first of 3 tarot decks. So that's how close we are. Emily, I do have your question. You're up next. And Emily's the only person on deck right now. So there's plenty. We still have an hour and a half of time to do readings for folks. So $20 or more and you get a reading. And there is 1 community reading available, donated by Dr. C. If anyone would really like a reading but can't afford one, you are welcome to claim that. And just say, when you do the channel point thing, just say community reading and then colon and then write what you want to say. I bet we could automate that with Mix It Up later for next time. have Mix It Up automatically know if there's readings available and then give them out as they're available. But that's not a today problem. Maybe someone could make a note for later. Anyways, so Emily Woodgo asks, I have to make a change with an important relationship. It's needed, but scary, and will cause a great deal of chaos. Will she be okay? And most importantly, will she ever come back into my life?
Okay. So we're wanting information about the future with this person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So information about what the future is going to look like between Emily and this person post separate ways. LinkedIn with Emily and this person, separate ways. Okay, Emily, let's see. The Ace of Cups. Interesting. Okay, for starters, let me show you how pretty this card is. So it's like in this body of water. So cups, again, the element is water. This is the Ace of Cups. And it's got like all these like, lily pad kind of things. And then there's this other thing that's coming up from it. And it says the roots of water. I don't 100% know what the roots of water mean, but I will tell you what this card means, which is, it sounds to me like the message that we're getting is it's an acknowledgement of a new start. So there's a new start, which is going to allow for the greatest self to manifest, for the greatest self to reign and to create. And the message is to believe in your own radiance. So in the, the Ace of Cups conventionally is about new love. So it's a, new start, new relationship, new love. So it really is about a new start. And since what's being asked about is what's going to happen with this, as it relates to you and this other person, I think you guys are going to be able to, ultimately move into your own greatest selves. So, which is, beautiful. And I want to reiterate, to be able to getting into your, basically allowing your greatest self to manifest and to emerge and to reign over all, to create and to believe in your own radiance.
Mm.
And so kind of what I'm getting is also to believe in the radiance of the other person involved. So, because sometimes, like I know for me personally, having somebody who sees me for me and reflects that back to me and holds that for me can be a very powerful thing. So being able to hold on to the radiance of you on the other person, and to, you know, understand that this is where the new start is happening. I think it's kind of beautiful.
It is. It's really beautiful. I like the whole idea of believing in your own radiance.
Yeah, isn't that lovely? I like the card too.
I love the warmth coming from the card, like in the background.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a beautiful sunset. That's what we got, Emily.
Thank you, Momster.
Yeah.
And with that, folks, as far as my accounting goes, we are all caught up on our readings. So we need some donations to do some readings. We do have a community reading available, so if someone would like to claim it, you can just click on the Draw a Tarot Card channel point thing and let us know. You can even just do a CR for community reading if you're trying to save characters. Your kitten dictates your sleep schedule. That's fair. Can you get a virtual hug? Yes. Here's a hug, Emily. So nice. Welcome in, Bear. Meowdy to you, too. We are also $60 away from our tarot deck giveaway, which is very exciting. I think there's perhaps some people who are lurking just so they get a chance to win this deck. So it's very exciting.
I'd say it's me, but I don't think I'm really lurking.
5 minutes from the next game code giveaway. Oh my goodness. I love it. True, cats do dictate a sleep schedule. In your case, it's your cat headmates. Oh my gosh, no, you can never get away. Never get away from the cats that live in your mind. That's funny, though. I love it. Welcome in, Shell. Good to see you. Momster, we have a new friend named Commander Shalonian, and I just say Shell as a shorthand.
I'm familiar with somebody with a similar nickname.
I know. That's why I wanted to tell you. It's spelled CHEL, but I like it. It's a very like gender neutral nickname, I think.
I like it.
You tell new people to call you Shell now? That's so sweet. Oh, I love that. It is so fun. My camera is all borked, and I'm too tired to figure out how to fix it, y'all. So this is what you're getting. I'm sorry.
Honestly, I think, well, at least on mobile, I can't really tell much of a difference. I haven't checked on desktop, so
that's fair. I'm just kind of small and blurry and washed out. Oh well. So this is super fun. Let's see. Another thing is, even if you have already donated, if anyone wanted to donate a second time who has already donated, you are welcome to, if you tell me you want your donations to stack, I will, I can still send the thank you cards, the handwritten thank you cards, to people who donate 50 or more. It's like Jen is $16 away from that. Menenja is 23 away from that. Emily's 25 away from that. And if you would like your donations to be community readings, then they'll be available for people who don't have the funds to get a reading, pay for a reading themselves. Yeah. Momster, would you be willing to tell us again, since we have new friends that are here that weren't here when you said last time, things to keep in mind when asking the questions, the tarot questions?
Sure. So it helps if it's not a specific yes or no, because that's a very narrow window for us to try and interpret. So if you could give specifics about like the situation, or not personal specifics, but for instance, when I had my, my old tarot teacher, when I was first learning tarot, I had her do a reading recently, and I was curious about a specific work project. And so I asked her if we could look at, like, what is the outcome going to be of this project? And then what is the outcome going to be about a specific part of the project? So we asked different questions where we kind of were looking at something specific. So you don't have to disclose all of your personal information to us about the situation, just some basics so we know what we're talking about. Is it like a personal relationship or a business thing or whatever it is? And it's easier to give, like, if you give me some kind of niche it down a little bit, then we can get information about like what's the next thing, or what's kind of like the prevailing winds of that situation in the near future. Because that's kind of what we're looking at, is just like, what is the energy that's around it? And also, if you haven't been here when I read, just make sure you take what you like and leave the rest. Your instincts and your intuition is always, takes precedence over anything else. And when I use masculine and feminine, I'm really just talking about the energy that shows up, not about gender specifically.
Y'all means all, like y'all.
An energy field.
Thank you, Ray, for that $50 donation. It's very generous of you. I'm going to get my pen out so I can start writing you a thank you note. So we have our community reading was redeemed by Trans Owl, who's asking, what is coming for me? What is outcome for home? Outcome for home.
What is the outcome for home? Like, is there a pursuit of a new home, or is there any, or just in general current home, like the actual physical home? Or I just want to make sure what is the outcome for home? Okay.
Trans Owl English so bad. It's okay.
It's okay. You're doing beautiful. I just want to make sure that I'm tapping in.
Are you looking for housing, or are you thinking about what is your home life and relationships within your home going to be like? Is that kind of a clarifying question, Mom?
Yes, that's great.
Yeah, like, is it about a physical search or more of an interpersonal dynamic?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Both yes. Okay. Both yes is the answer to the question.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And Ray, you are on deck for the next question.
We're just going to go situationally. Just give us information in general then. Trans Owl, that's what we're going to do. Just give us information in general about home, the home situation, the home. The whole sitch.
And with Ray's donation, we are $9 away from the tarot deck giveaway.
Yeah. $9.
Okay.
$9.
All right.
And Kamesy just raided in.
Grab the confetti.
Welcome in, Kamesy and Raiders.
Yay.
You all are here just in time for our second giveaway. Well, third giveaway of the day, second giveaway of the overall event stuff. we are giving away a video game called Going Under. I'm sure Keemsey has given all of you lovely raiders the Ezra Mutual Aid spiel. Thank you so much for raiding. It's great to see you, Kay. How was your stream? I know you're playing a game I think you got a code for. I enjoyed the little bits that I caught. Chat is moving too fast for me to read the game description, but welcome in, y'all. It's great to be here with you. Momster is doing a reading for Transowl, and Ray is on deck for the next question. And then if any of you would like to ask a question, $20 or more, and you can get a tarot card pulled on stream. $100 or more, and you can have a one-on-one tarot reading with Momster. It might make a great Mother's Day present for your mom if you're looking for that. I'm sure it can be regifted to your mom if you want that. So anyway, or parent present or what, it doesn't have to be your mom. Anyway, but welcome in, Raiders. It's really nice to have you here. Back to you, Mom.
Okay. So Transowl, this was our last card in the 4 weeks of the month of May, which is the Two of Cups. So I will say what is actually written on the card again, which is connection. So it's about connection. So whatever information you're looking for relative to home, connection plays a part in that. And then also Venus in Cancer. So it's almost like I want to suggest, consulting Dr. Google about what Venus in Cancer means. So, and I know Ezra had talked a little bit about it earlier when we got this card, but it is the Two of Cups. And if you look at, what is on the card, I mean, it says connection. They're very connected, looks like they're having a little bit of bubbly together. Like they're very intertwined in the image. And then as it relates to, any additional information about this, so it's the Two of Cups. So it's definitely talking about an existing person. And it says love as its highest self, to remember that love is real, and to bring our healthiest self to the love relationship. So finding ways to bring our best, healthiest self into the relationship to foster that connection. And to remember that love is real. And it's the two and two, two in the tarot, any of the two cards generally have to do with union. So connection, union, that's what they have a lot to do with. And sometimes it can actually even be the reconciliation card in the conventional tarot. So for Christy, it's that, that love at its highest self, and, bringing our healthiest self to that relationship. And so if there has been a lack of connection, then the two suggest connection and or reconciliation. So, because they're all loved up in this card. You're definitely loved up.
Transowl says that Google says, I'm presuming this is for the Venus in Cancer. It says Google says deepens our emotional capacity, emphasizing the significance of nurturing relationships and tending to our inner sanctuary. Helps us become aware of the specific causes and origin of each feeling coming up, and encourages us to process our emotions in a safe space.
Well, I mean, that fits right in the bringing our healthy self to the love relationship. So all of that, Venus and Cancer stuff, definitely, being able to acknowledge the feelings and all of that. So that's what we got, Transowl. I think it's about, love in its highest form and in your highest self. And it's that connection. And love is real. So I want to encourage you to remember that love is real. That's what she says as it relates to this card. Interesting. That's a cute card. We're gonna send good vibes your way for that trans owl. Gonna send good vibes your way.
Lovely.
Okay, do we have somebody
Thanks,
else that's
Momster.
up? Yeah.
Not yet. But we have 8.6 community readings because Ray inspired me to add the extra bits from anyone's readings that are not currently dedicated to their own card pull to the community. So that is 8 readings people can claim. Go ahead and use your draw a tarot card channel point thingy. And the mods and I will do slightly more complicated math, and it will be fine. We are a whopping $9 away from the very first tarot deck giveaway. So if anyone has, $9 to $100, you can do fun things. Your bestie is here. You're lurking, lurky at worky, but hi, friends.
Hello, hi, Augie. Look at your great work in action.
It's happening.
I learned how to do the thing, and now I have this awesome PNG to do. Yes.
Risan says, "Let's see what's in the cards," and donated $9.69.
Y'all means all, y'all.
Let's see what's in the cards. Now we have the alert on here twice. Well, twice is better than 0. That's awesome. So mods, I will let you do tarot add 0.969 because I don't want to math that hard. I think I did it. I think it actually is 4.3 because it's out of 20, not 10. Anyway, it's the decimals that is really slaying me right now. It's 4.3 plus 0.969 divided by 2. Someone else do that. I don't want to. Hexagonal is lurking. Maybe Elle will do math. Elle's our math gay.
Yeah, I have officially taken a back seat as the math gay because
Maybe just round instead of doing decimal points. Just round. Round up, round down, round something.
The parentheses are in the wrong spot, Elle. Now we're doing algebra. Oh my goodness. I have no business doing algebra, y'all. Whoever said they didn't need algebra as an adult was incorrect. Hi, professional. You're getting pretty around. Does that count? All right. Elle, will you tarot set 9.145 as the community readings? We have 9.145 community cards. -1 because Bear just did a thing. Okay, draw a card. Learning is probably the cornerstone of living, in my opinion. Maybe a reading on the path my journey of knowledge will take me on in life. From Cybear Punk Boy, also known as Bear.
So information on the learning journey and learning path moving forward. For Bear, where the learning journey is going to take Bear. The knowledge, learning and knowledge journey.
I forgot to hit start on the game giveaway. That is silly of me. Sorry, everyone. I got it all typed in, and then I forgot to hit go. Unless it already won. Did someone already win it and I wasn't paying attention? Am I giving the same game away twice right now?
Oh, actually, I don't know. I think you may be. Because, let me see. Because Wolves just won. Yeah, Wolves just won going under.
Okay. Sorry, Augie, that was a lie. What we're actually giving away is this, which is even more exciting. The Next World Tarot deck, because we broke our $200. So we'll be doing this. I'm going to put a 20-minute on this one because we have a little more time before our next game code one, so I can. And I am going to need your mailing address for this one, y'all. So make sure that you're comfortable giving me your mailing address. Okay, 20 minutes starting now. Tarot deck available in the chat. ! Giveaway to join. We got Rayson, Pookie, Butch Twink, Chandri, Kamianya, Mrs. Jetter, Jen Giggles, Cyberpunk Boy. So many. It's so exciting. Yeah. Hexagonal, on the table, RPGs. The bot is telling you I don't need to read them, but it's exciting, so I am. Ray is also in the queue. Anyways. Back to Momster. Thank you for letting me get excited about cards while you're reading cards.
Good. It's good. Okay, so Bear, the journey, information about that, the learning and knowledge journey, the card that came up is the Four of Cups. So I don't know if you can see her, but it's like she's sitting there like staring at her nails, like, you know, tra la 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 la. And it says reevaluate. It says that there's some something to do with reevaluation. So as you're on that journey, perhaps, you know, continue to assess and evaluate how it's going and where it's taking you and where you want it to take you. So, because I think sometimes we forget to kind of get clear about like, you know, where would we like to go with it and where would we like it to take us? And then it says down here in the right, Moon in Cancer, which again, I don't know 100% know what that means, but moon as it relates to like the tarot deck, the moon itself is, it's like it has to do a lot of times with like things kind of not necessarily always being what they seem, but it also means like the journey to understanding, you know, our shadow and how that is healing work. So a lot of times the moon has to do with like the illusions and shadowy things and that kind of thing. So to be able to reevaluate those things that are coming down the pike and also where you would like to go with it. And because the Four of Cups can also mean just like exhaustion, boredom, discontent. So, and when you're feeling that way, sometimes you have to reevaluate where you're at, where you're headed, or if you want to head that way or make a pivot and head a different way. So I would say as you're going along on that journey, stay in the evaluation and reevaluation stage as you go along. And I like the fuzzy slippers, I'm just saying. The little greenish bluish fuzzy slippers are
I love me
cute.
some comfy fuzzy slippers.
Right? Almost any time of year.
I always feel a little silly wearing slippers in the house though, because our house is mostly carpeted. So it's like two carpets on my feet.
Yeah. But they snuggle your toes. They snuggle in your toes and your feet.
That is true.
It's snuggly. I like snuggly things.
Yes. Snuggles are the best.
Yeah.
playlist.
Okay. Do we have anyone else up?
Yeah.
Maybe. Looks like yes. Oh, yeah, Ez, are
Yeah.
you modded so you can see the stuff?
Yeah.
I love it. Your new job is managing the tarot deck question queue.
Nope.
I'm doing all the giveaways and stuff. It's
Okay,
complicated.
okay. All right, I shall.
And
I
math.
shall
I'm doing
do-
math and giveaways and producing OBS. Can you manage the questions?
All right, I shall do the review. Yes. So we have Juliet Maddie asking, let's see. Juggling creative projects, writing, webmastering, art has been exhausting, and figuring out which ones to focus on has us squabbling amongst ourselves. Any guidance about which projects to focus on or how to reach a good compromise?
That's an interesting question. Okay. So, projects to focus on or compromises to be made. And who is this question from again, please, Ezra?
This
Juliet
is from
and
Juliet
Maddie.
Juliet?
Juliet and Maddie.
Juliet
It's
and Maddie.
combined
Okay.
combined name because
Okay.
more than one of them is here, so trying to include everybody.
Okay. Juliet and Maddie. Projects, focus, squabbling. Give us information.
Probably more
About
than just
the
the two of them, but you know.
Best route for moving forward.
Could we collectively refer to you all as house in this moment, Juliet and Maddie?
Best way to move forward. Best way to move forward. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we're getting.
The house. The house. You could say the house if Juliet and Maddie is too much to remember. Or easier to say the house.
Juliet and Maddie. Ooh, okay. Whoa. Okay, well, we got two. Got two cards. I thought it was only one, but it's two. So
that's fitting.
Since there's two. Okay. So the first one that came up, wow. Okay. It's the devil card. I don't think I've ever drawn the devil card in this deck. I
don't think you have either. I haven't seen it anyway.
In other decks, but I don't remember having ever pulled this. So the questions that this, well, for starters, let's just look at the card itself. Can you see that? I'm trying to get it to the right angle.
I see dissolve the empire undertaking.
So dissolve the empire undertaking and the new order of the ages.
Nice.
Ooh.
And then it says Earth, Capricorn, and Saturn at the bottom. But there's like eagles flying, and there's like a group of people back here, and looks like bombs coming in. And
is that a shark?
It's like
money in its mouth?
A
Yes.
shark
I think it's a loan shark. I think it's a loan shark.
Probably that's a great interpretation.
It might even be a beheaded loan shark.
Look like rockets. Yeah, could be because there's blood coming down. It looks like there's rockets or bombs or projectiles coming in. This looks like a TV at the back of it's been torn off, and the mice are eating the guts of the TV. These two, it looks like there's disharmony. So a baby hiding itself in the mom's. So this is like literally kind of, it seems like it's like a little bit intense representation of, I mean, squabble. So, and also the devil card, the meaning of it for her in this particular deck is, what are your limits? What are your alliances? And are they for good or for harm? So there was something that was asking about projects and which ones to, so maybe you could start out by, okay, this is another one of those things. I'm just going to say what's popped into my head and take what you like and leave the rest of it. If it has resonance, great. If not, throw it away. But it's almost like being able to prioritize by what is the intention of each project, and then kind of where does it fit for you all? You know, whether it's, you know, from a like
y'all means all
intention
y'all
perspective or financial perspective or whatever it is, like, you know, finding a way to like look at all the projects and prioritize. You okay?
Yes, there's a joke, an inside joke happening. I'm cluing you in on. I'm sorry to interrupt your reading.
It's okay.
L just tipped $27.14 because 1.7845 plus 27.14 divided by 20 equals 3.1415. Which means you will have 3.1415 community readings available, which is pi, which is Hexagonal's favorite number. And she can recite up to over 200 digits from memory on command.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Okay.
There's a lot of clips of them doing it on the internet.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry. I just saw all the math and got overwhelmed, and then saw it was a joke and then got happy. Anyways, back to your very serious reading about the devil. Sorry about the pie shenanigans.
That's okay.
That's so funny.
I saw something pop up on the screen by, like, I don't know if it was like some kind of an emoji or something that popped up on the screen, but I was looking at the card, so I couldn't see it.
Zoom is detecting, because you're using an iPhone, Zoom is detecting you doing a thumbs down even though you're not, maybe because your phone is oriented a certain way. So it keeps thinking you're doing this, but you're not. I did a whole exploratory thing
to try and get it to stop doing it. Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. No, it's a setting on your device. I don't know how to change it or tell you how to. I don't. Okay. It's okay.
Well,
we'll ignore it.
It's something I can explore it for later. So what I would say, Juliet and Maddie, is that there is some kind of a confirmation of I think the word that you all used is squabble. So I would say this is a representation of the squabble. So
like it's not an imaginary squabble, it's a real one.
Right. And the question that she asks related to this, there's questions that she asks. So maybe this is a way to start to make the assessment. What are your limits? What are your alliances? And are they for good or harm? So those are like actual questions that Christy Rhodes, who developed this, those are the questions that she has as it relates to this card. And then the second card that came out right after the devil, that came out for this question, which I'm going to go ahead since two of them came and I thought I only had one. So the second one is the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles is, so Pentacles, it's a card about earthbound things. And also Pentacles are like a gold coin, essentially. And so the card here, right here, says self-sufficiency. And then it says Venus in Virgo. And how, and so how she interprets this card is self-sufficiency, financial independence, and that it's the card of plenty. So maybe taking the questions and in general, like looking through what are the limits, what are the alliances, are they for good or harm? you know, getting the kind of clarity around these things, finding some way to like maybe look at those questions or some other kind of questions that allows you to like kind of get some refinement over how and when you're approaching which project, like, you know, like figuring out to prioritize something and whatever mechanism you want to use to prioritize it. But ultimately, this can lead to the card of plenty. So getting some, I feel like if I look at this, getting the resolution on the squabbles is ultimately going to bring, you know, bring about the plenty.
I love that. And to offer a bit of context for Venus and Virgo, it's my little app thing is saying your Venus is in Virgo, meaning your romantic side is hyper analytical. You overanalyze everything and will hide your feelings until you feel absolutely certain. You can be a bit nitpicky and controlling, but it comes out of thoughtfulness and care for the other. So, my thinking, and I am no trained professional tarot interpreter, but my thinking with this is you're gonna have a lot of, you know, analyzing and reevaluating, or you may already be doing so, which, you know, life, c'est la vie.
Yeah, and based on what you read, Ezra, what I would say is there's kind of a link in between it, right? So the stuff that could feel nitpicky and all of that, that's the part where is it for good or harm? So it might feel nitpicky, but if ultimately the intention behind that is for good things and to support, it's being able to like adjust that perspective on viewing that of like, oh, that's actually coming out of care, even though it feels a little pokey, it's actually coming from a place of care and it's coming from a place of positive intent. And so sometimes just being able to recognize that something's coming from positive intent, even though it doesn't always feel good, is, you know, can be helpful. So I really feel like this is basically saying, yeah, maybe going through a little bit of squabble right now and a little bump a lump, but to also, you know, to find ways where there can be self-sufficiency in it, which ultimately will lead to, you know, plenty. Because this is the Nine of Pentacles is like the card of plenty.
All right. Juliet and Maddie say thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the question.
And it looks like up next, we have another reading, request from Pookie Creations.
I actually wanted to chime one more thing in on Juliet and Maddie's thing. And then we have an ad break in a minute, 45 seconds. So, and we can read the question to Momster to Shuffle during the Ask video. I can't believe it's already been another hour. It's wild. So, Juliet and Maddie, I was reading one of my little morning daily reader things the other day, and it was talking about two people in a relationship, and one person was having feelings about how the other person was spending their collective money. And the writer said that once they basically like budgeted the money, it's like, okay, here's our paychecks. We cut it down the middle. Everyone gets half. We both pay half of the bills. And then whatever's left, everyone gets to decide what to do with. And so I'm curious if budgeting time between the different people or pursuits that are all happening and saying everyone gets an equal amount of time or whatever makes the most sense to you all collectively, and budgeting the time, and then everyone individual within the system, or that's maybe not the word to use, I forget, I'm sorry. but everyone within the house, they get their time and they can spend it however they want to spend it. And it's nobody else's business how they're spending their allotted time. And when their time is done, they have to be done and let someone else have their time. And so it's like budgeting time the way you would budget money, and then not getting to control how someone else is spending their money because you don't agree with their choices. That came to me as a clear strategy while Momster and Ezra were talking. And I just wanted to add that as an idea. You maybe already have had that idea or tried that and it doesn't work or whatever. So if it doesn't work for you or it doesn't hit home, don't worry about it. Just, you don't have to take it if you don't like it. But I just felt like I needed to share. Okay, the ads are starting. We're going to watch the Ask video and then we'll hear Pookie's question. Thank you. We are back.
This year in the US, we have witnessed a malicious attack on transgender people by the government across several states. Over 500 anti-LGBTQ pieces of legislation were introduced, and over a fifth of those bills were filed here in the state of Texas. I have been doing nonprofit work since my freshman year of high school. It's hard to believe that over 10 years later, the fight for the liberation of LGBTQ Texans is still not over. In fact, it's only getting harder. Early in 2023, a bill was signed into law banning gender-affirming healthcare for minors in the state of Texas. Fortunately, this bill is being challenged right now in the Texas Supreme Court. However, the effects have already been severely damaging. Children are scared, parents are fleeing the state, and even adults are affected. I know this because I'm one of them. It has been almost a year since my endocrinologist was forced to leave her practice due to hateful right-wing conservative groups making despicable propaganda against her. It has been almost a year since my therapist and her family made the difficult decision to move across the country. Lastly, it has been almost a year since I helped someone who I looked up to dearly in this community pack up to move away from this state because they were no longer feeling safe in this place that we used to call home. It has been a long year, and every aspect of my health, mental, physical, and emotional, has declined to levels that I have never felt before. I tried to keep going for as long as I could, but I can no longer sustain my life without proper care and help. I am desperately in need of a new, gender-affirming endocrinologist who can also treat my chronic illnesses, a new therapist, a vet to treat my ESA's special needs, and last but most importantly, I desperately need top surgery. Now, I know that this may sound strange because I've already had top surgery, but when we take a look at the facts, and thankfully one of my good friends was able to help me realize I did not have top surgery initially. What I had was a breast reduction. There is still a large amount of tissue and fat in my chest that has made me go back into hiding. I had my initial procedure about 2.5 years ago, and now I still find myself wearing baggy clothes or wearing what we all know as our dysphoria comfort hoodies. And I just find myself not going out and doing all the things that I hoped that I could and would be able to do post-top surgery. Honestly, it's just been a constant cyclical pattern of me asking myself, why did I even get the surgery in the first place? Or what if I had taken actions or more time to recover? It's just a lot of whys and what ifs, but I found that asking these questions isn't going to produce the procedure or the results that I want. I've been able to get by so far and make do with what I have, and I've even found a great candidate for a new doctor and a great candidate for a new therapist. However, my monetary resources are rapidly depleting. My job options are minimal, and my current job helps pay the bills, but that's about it. This is where you come in. Here's a little bit of insight as to what you can do to help me get back on track and help me receive the healthcare that I not only need but deserve and should have been receiving in the first place.
$100 cost of a copay and travel to and from the new endocrinologist. $250 1 month of therapy appointments. $500 top surgery consult out of pocket cost. $1,250 emotional support animal procedure and bills. $1,500 support during surgery recovery time. $2,500 business supplies for secondhand income. $5,000 surgery, hospital, and recovery supplies. $1,400 fees and taxes. Total $12,500.
Firstly, I'd like to thank you, the viewers, your viewership, whether it be active and engaging or just having us on in the background while you lurk and work. Your support means the world to me. It honestly, to me, is so amazing that you even would take the time to help listen to my story and get to know a little bit more about me and a little bit more about a Texan who has fought for their community for over a decade now and just wants to keep on seeing great things be done. Thank you.
Okay.
We're back. We're back. Momster is returning here. You get to stare at my face for a minute. With not captions. I swear I have my caption software running. I don't know why it's being fussy. But it is. Anyways, yes. So, what are we at? We are at $227.83. Congratulations to Jen Giggles of All on the Table RPGs, who won the Tarot deck giveaway. Incredible. We are $73-ish away from the next giveaway for emotes. The googly eyes. Yes, I added, we have, let's see, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got the cat eye, googly eye going on. 10 donations on the stream. Amazing. 10 googly eyes for 10 donations. So, anyways, if you're enjoying biblically accurate Meowster, any donation gets a googly eye on my face, even if it's $1. Wow. You could fill my whole forehead with googly eyes. I have, how many is in this bag? 160-piece bag of googly eyes. And I probably have over 100 of them left. So literally, this could just be my face. So, anyway. Yes. Very silly. So, okay, Momster is back. So, wrong scene. There we go. So Momster, I'll read Pookie's question to you. And I think with reading Pookie's question, mods, are we back down to 2 instead of 3 community readings?
Was Pookie's the one about the big changes?
Yes.
Okay.
We haven't done that yet because you're shuffling, and chat hasn't heard the question, although they may have read it. We have a giveaway. Did the last one complete? I guess it did. Okay. I'm going to read the question one more time. Then we'll start the giveaway. Then we'll do the answer. Does that sound good?
Great. Perfect.
I'm keeping the party queue going here. All on the tables. RPGs won the Tarot deck. Congratulations, Jen. It's very exciting. Dad. I might have turned off some of the sound. Do I not have a dad sound command? I have a back sound command. I don't have a dad one. Or it's not a sound command. It's just a typey one. Anyway, okay. So Pookie asks, I have some big life changes happening and some of them are optional or wishes. Regardless of what happens, I want to go for it because it would make me happy. This is a very long time away. Could I get a read on the situation? A lot of the commands aren't working. Oh, well, all right. This is the problem when you have multiple bots. There's many command locations. Eventually I will squish them all together, imagine. Anyway. We'll see the deck on stream live. It's going to be part of the game or something else. That's cool. The bot is too engaged in the readings. Yes, I love that interpretation. DJ, thank you for stage managing. I'm a cat. Please tell me what what are we giving away? It's a game, probably. It's almost 1:30. Oh, for stickers. Oh, whoa. So instead of my $400 set of stickers, this is just a regularly scheduled. We hit the $200, and we're doing stickers because that was a event milestone, not a. Y'all, I don't even remember how many event milestones we have, but it's whatever 15,000 divided by 200 is. That's how many we have. We have every $200 through 15 grand special prizes to give you. It's redonkulous. It's so silly. So, I can't even. Kamianya did a great job wrangling them. Thank you, Kamianya. So we're giving away 10 Protect Trans Healthcare stickers, which is just twice as many as we're doing at $400. 10 Protect Trans Healthcare stickers. Those are made by Ezra, and Ezra will be mailing them anywhere in the world, which I know that that's possible because I do it all the time. 10 minutes, you got it. With my handy-dandy everywhere global stamps. These are like $1.34 a piece or something. So for the low price of a couple bucks, less than a couple bucks, and an envelope, you can send stickers anywhere in the world because customs doesn't care about stickers. They think it's a letter, and so they don't make you fill out a customs form. I had to learn all of this. Anyways, stickers are very easy to send anywhere in the world. They're a great event giveaway item because it's globally accessible and affordable to send. Unlike the decks, which are expensive to mail across the world. Anyway, okay, that was a lot of talking. Back to Mom for more interesting Pookie things. Thank you for your patience.
Okay. No problem. Gotta take care of business. All right, so I shuffled, I got the deck, and this is our card. And this is for Pookie, correct?
Correct. Temperance.
Okay.
A very long time away read on the situation. That is a big life change optional wishes and would make Pookie happy.
Okay, so we've got the Temperance card, and so you can see it's basically a gal with angel wings. I'm going to call them angel wings. I don't know what other wings those would be. And at the bottom, it says Fire, Sagittarius, and Jupiter. So those seem to be keywords on this particular card. And the Temperance card is a major arcana, and it's a number 14 in the major arcana. And this card, like I think of this card as like the balanced emotions card. Like there's another card that's more about like, being balanced, intellectually, but this Temperance is like balanced emotions, having patience. And then Christy talks about it, getting grounding in nature, having balance and patience, and then some self-forgiveness, and to try again. So in the self-forgiveness and trying again are kind of linked up with each other. So I don't know if there's something in the situation that, where you actually need to be able to let go of for yourself and forgive yourself about. And grounding in nature. I mean, being out in nature. I mean, I get that one because that's very grounding for me. It's very, it changes my perspective, and but this is definitely about balance and patience. So with the big changes that are coming, to just understand it's going to require, being balanced in your emotions around all of it, having patience about it, and then being able to use grounding in nature as a tool. And then if things come up to, where you're inclined to maybe beat yourself up a little bit, to have some self-forgiveness, and then, dust yourself off and try again. So that's what I got. I feel like we're getting great like feedback from the cards, and I feel like everyone is giving really great, clear questions that are letting us really tap into things. So thank you everybody for showing up and participating,
Yeah, that's
joining
awesome.
in the fun.
Okay, I know we have another question queued up. Let me go up a little bit. Let's see. Pookie says that is sound advice. Thank you. We've got people joining the giveaway. Rayson, would Momster be okay sharing her knowledge a bit about starting on the road of divination if there's room for it, of course. Also, shout out to all the parents that accept their children just for who they are and supporting them where they can. Y'all means all, y'all. Hawk and Mel tipped $10. Thank you, Hawk and Mel.
Thank
that's
you,
so
Hawk
lovely.
and Mel, and yes, yay to all the parents who are accepting. They're my kind of people. So was there a question about kind of like how I got started on the path of doing this?
Yeah.
Is that what the question was about okay.
There's also a tarot question that's one of the community things. So I'm wondering,
should we do the readings, and then when we get done with those, when there's time, I can go into the questions a little bit about my history at the end?
Yeah, I put the question that was for you into the Zoom chat so that it is not getting lost in the other chat.
Okay, great. And then we can definitely answer that once we make sure we get everybody's readings addressed. I'm happy to share. I actually like talking about it.
Yeah,
and I like getting to talk about the people that have helped me. And they both still teach. So I can always get information to people if they want it. Just as a FYI, side note.
That's awesome. So if folks wanted to go work with them, they could.
Yeah, it wouldn't be with this deck though. It would be with the conventional deck. And while we're finding our next question, I can actually show the book. Like this is Easy Tarot Handbook, Josephine Allershaw. So the first teacher that I had was a student of Josephine's. And I took classes with her. And then I actually went through one-on-one classes with Josephine herself that wrote this book. So she did the book, and the images you see here are actually the deck that she uses. And so she wrote this book, and she's written a few books on the tarot actually. And she's lovely. She's over in the UK. She's so much fun, and she's really quick, and she's got a great sense of humor. And I really enjoy her, and she's a very giving spirit. So she or Deborah, who is her student, who's based here in the US out on Pacific time. Deborah is also lovely and a lot of fun. So they're both really wonderful people. So, and I love that. I'll just, yeah. And so I'll just answer. I got into it just because I was kind of curious about it. And so I got a deck and I just started playing around with it, and I would flip cards and then I'd read the meanings out of a book and try and figure out what it meant together. So I started doing that a long time ago. And then I started taking classes because I actually wanted to know a little bit more about it. So happy to share any resources or anything if anybody wants to know. So what's our next question?
Our next question is from Lexington, also known as Trans Griffin. I would like to ask the cards, what should be my next topic of focus or direction in my spiritual and mental health journey of healing and growing into my true self?
Okay.
And I'm going to do a googly eye for our donation from Hawk and Mel, because I still owe you a googly eye, Mel and Hawk. Thanks for your dono.
Okay. Lexington. Let's find out what information upcoming. What's a spiritual Mental health growth journey. It's just D. Ah, wow. Okay. Well, here you go. The Throne of Knowledge. This is the King of Swords card. And it actually literally says down here, the Throne of Knowledge. So, which, growth, mental health, spirituality, for me, that's all the pursuit of knowledge on different dimensions. So, and so Christy Rhodes says that the King of Swords for this one, it's interesting because there's some similarity. Like this is about like almost like a man in uniform or something to do with law or government. Like it's, even though it's swords and swords are air, it's kind of like more of a specific. And I mean, you can even see like the outfit that this guy is wearing, like he's holding a drill up in the air. And so he's like working and fixing, and he's got some kind of a, or they, I think I'm going to go with they on this one. They have some kind of like a work uniform on. So, but you can see they're here by the water. There's a moon in the background that's like shining the light down. So interesting. But the reality is it says the Throne of Knowledge. So, I mean, it's kind of strange, but this is going to seem like it's almost like, if you're getting the throne, like I want to say, okay, well, apparently you're on the path. Like, because it's reflecting knowledge right back. So the question was about the pursuit, and what's being reflected back is the Throne of Knowledge. So I wonder what this red tie is. Red, I guess that's a red rope or something, but you see them like standing out on a dock by water. There's more water in the background back here.
I wonder if it's, I mean, it almost looks like the red rope makes me wonder if it's like an inaugural sailing of some boat. Maybe there was a dock that was constructed, and so the ability to stand on water came with doing lots of research about like nautical construction, and a bunch of hard work was put into it, and now it's like, yes, and now I get to celebrate and enjoy the beautiful moonlight on the water because I made this beautiful thing that is trustworthy because I have the knowledge to do it.
Mm-hmm. And there's another dock in the background. I'm actually pulling out the book. I'm going to see. What do we got? Swords. Just going to see if there's something else in here to. King of Swords. Let's see. I would actually look in the book and see. In the valleys beyond the grid, the King of Swords overlooks their sparkle-clad community of creative trailblazers and rowdy insurgents. Interesting. The King of Swords is both the raw knowledge that we acquire before accessing agency and the agency we require after reclaiming our bodies from trauma. The King represents a moment of truth that is stubborn but true. King of Swords represents unchangeable convictions or belief systems that may require painful compromise, but only for a minute. They remind us that every challenge may require the energies of Temperance and the High Priestess, along with the King's conviction, as we learn to quiet our inner rage in moments where only poise can sustain our path to truth. The King asks us to regroup and feel the earth and the world between our feet after every triumph and every respite from war. They built a fortress for us, an outdoor sanctuary. Okay, so outdoor sanctuary that's both strong and autonomous, whether we are learning from our actions or healing those of others. The King gives us space vast enough to both F up and learn. So I'm not even going to do any interpretation of that.
The outdoors.
Yes, there was a lot in there.
Thematic buddies. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
So
I hope the clips are working. They appear to be. Hooray.
Lexington,
so
there you go.
As a recap for chat, no one is in line. There is 1.6415 community readings available. We are doing partial amounts, so anything under 20 gets lumped up into the community pool. And anything that's over 20, the leftovers get lumped into the community pool. Overall, donation-wise on the stream, we have raised $237, which is incredible. We have another emote by Butch Twink to give away at $300. If you all are interested in that. And what else? Are we ready to do another game giveaway? I don't know. Are we? Yes. So the stickers were won by Jen Giggles. Hopefully the folks have that. I know another game code. It's 1:30. It's time. Incredible. It's called Railroad Corporation. Corporatio or Corporation. One of those is probably right. Game giveaway. All right, this will be a 10-minute giveaway. It is very likely a Steam game. Yeah, it is Steam. It says right there. Relive the pioneering spirit of the golden age of Steam by establishing your own railroad empire across 19th century North America. Bring settlements together, produce and trade goods, and develop new technologies to stay ahead of the competition. There you go. Railroad Corporation Gaming Sim. You love trains. Yay, get in the train game. It's free to join the giveaway. You gather that this... Lexington, I gather from this that I should continue exploring the worlds within and outside, learning and appreciating and finding rest in the beauty of nature. I'm about to cry happy. Aw. Bear says, if I win, I'll give the key to Lady Matilda because my sister loves her trains. Trans on trains. Yes, that's good mouthfeel. That little phrase. Arrows on metros. Nice, DJ. Y'all are so playful. I love it. So we have a community reading available. Anyone who donates $20 or more can either claim a reading for yourself or gift it to the community. And in the meantime, Mom, we just have a mom lore question for you. Would Momster be okay sharing her knowledge a bit about starting on the road of divination? If there is room for it, of course. Also, shout out to all the parents that accept their children just for who they are and support them where they can. Yay.
Yay. So here's what I will say about the history of how I got involved. I used to go to, well, I still do, but it's just where I'm at right now working on this project. There aren't as many of them, but I like going to all kinds of like hippy dippy woo-woo shops, that have like crystals and essential oils and oracle decks and tarot decks and, metaphysical books and like all that kind of hippy dippy woo-woo stuff. And so I would go into those, and a lot of times they would post things about readings, or, some people are psychics, some people, like psychic medium, tarot readers, different stuff. And I've always thought I was a little bit like, could pick up on messages. So even as a kid. And so I started doing readings with people, like being paying to get a reading done for me. And once I got into that, I just kind of had this feeling of like, well, if they could learn it, I could learn it, which is basically the story of my life. I just felt like, well, somebody else can do it, I can do it. And so I just kind of started looking around, and I got a deck, and I just started messing around with it just for myself. And like I was saying before, just like laying out the cards. And, I literally got my very first deck was some other deck that actually had a big poster size thing. And I would just set the cards on top of it, and then it would tell you what the interpretations were. But it was like a tarot for beginners. And so that's kind of where I got started with it. And I did that for quite a while, just with myself. And then I started taking classes with Deborah, and like meeting up with her and meeting up with other people and like doing it together collectively. And I took several classes with Deborah to kind of like learn the meanings and learn how to string the cards together a little bit to do a reading. And still I was just doing it for myself. And then I started doing a little bit for friends. And then I moved. And so I did some things virtually with some folks. And then I was looking up something about Josephine, who wrote the book, which is the deck that I use quite a bit. And I went to her website to look up like the meanings of the cards and like how she interprets the cards, because she has a whole website and you can go in and look at all the cards, and I think you can do like a free like 1 card reading or something if you want to on her website. And so I just kind of went and looked at her website just to see what was on it. And she had listed that she had some classes. And it was like a one-on-one. I don't remember how many weeks it was, maybe 6 weeks or something like that, I think. So I'd gotten a reading with her, and then I signed up and did classes with her, which was great. She moved really fast, and it's helpful if you actually have the cards memorized before, like, for certain teachers, it's helpful if you memorize the cards ahead of time, because if they move fast and you don't know the meanings of the cards, it's hard to kind of stay in with what they're teaching. And so, and kind of how I did it is I would just take a particular card and then I would get that card memorized. And then I would move, so I would take like a card for a day or a couple of days, and I would just focus on that card, the image, the meanings, all of it. And then I move on to the next card, and then I move on to the next card until I had a pretty good working knowledge of a lot of the cards. And so I just kept doing that over and over again until I, for the most part, learned the cards. And still the Josephine's deck is the one that I'm the best at being able to read like cold with the cards without having to refer to any outside information, because it's the deck that I've spent the most time with. And so in that deck, I have memorized more on images than I do the words for the cards. So I can see the image and say, oh, well, that's what this card means. But I still have to read on the top, like, what is this card actually? Because I'm such a visual person. So I pick up on that. And so people learn different things. And also I started to kind of like keep track of like, is the meaning that she gave, like, is that 100% fit for me? Because not all of the meanings that she had didn't have resonance for me. So like there's cards in the swords that are like the sneaky card, or they're like sneaky or betrayal or lies or things like that. And their initial meanings of them didn't land for me. And so I just kept working with it until I heard her say something once. I think I don't know if it was in a reading with me or something I saw on her website, but in one of them, she said it was something about tiptoeing. And as soon as she said that about that sword card, I was like, oh, makes way more sense. Every time that card comes up in my reading, it's like somebody is tiptoeing around a situation, almost like walking on eggshells. It's like they're tiptoeing through because of, and so, so part of it is also having your own fluency with it. And like Josie recommends getting a notebook and then almost like tracking things, like tracking readings, tracking if you did a spread for yourself, like, what had resonance and what was the outcome after you did it and stuff like that. So I did that. And then also I will tell you, I think a great source to like get familiar with it and see how different people approach it, YouTube is an incredible source for, it has some really fun readers out there. And a lot of what I've seen with them is that people will actually do readings based on zodiac sign. So like they'll say for the coming week for Cancer, here's what's coming up. And then they'll lay out cards and they'll do a reading and they'll tell you what the card is and they'll explain what it means. And then they'll interpret, the cards together. So I actually started watching those videos like on downtime or, listening to it. And you find the ones that have resonance with you, but also that has helped me fine tune my interpretations of certain cards, because I'm like, oh, that has way more resonance. Like somebody said one of the cards is like the card for stalking. Like there's a sword card that's for stalking. And honestly, I can't even remember which one it is right now. But like the 7 of Swords is tiptoeing. I can't remember which one it is for stalking, but anyways, it gives you like different interpretations of what the cards mean, especially in the reference to how they're doing it. So, but it's also really important to understand like what is their reference point for how they're reading. Like, are they reading for something for romance or for business or whatever? Because, you know, if somebody's stalking you for romance, it could just mean they're like social media stalking you. Like they're just watching you on social media. Like, you know, sometimes people will do that. It's like they don't interact with you, but they like watch you on social media or like your posts or stuff like that. So, you know, it's like they're just peekabooing what's going on with you, because it's a low investment way to, you know, see what's going on. So it doesn't have to mean the worst definition of stalking either. So anyway, so that's how I've done it. And honestly, for anybody that's like interested in just learning a bit more about it, and there are people that have videos out on YouTube that actually will take you through like the meanings of all of the cards, and like this is how you can do a reading. Like you could learn a ton for free just going out on YouTube. And then if you want to see how people put it together in readings, for like most readings people do that I've seen out there, a lot of it has to do with either work. It's like romance or finance. It's like, it seems like those are the two things that have the most things out there, where people are doing readings, but I'm sure you could find other things. So that's just a little bit about the history of it. And I still do readings for friends. Like I have a couple of friends that kind of swear by it. Like at the beginning of every year, they want me to do a reading for them, and I take a picture of it and I send it to them and we record it. And my one friend, she takes copious notes, and then she literally updates me throughout the year. She's like, this is exactly what the reading said would happen during this period. And then it said this was going to happen. And so she actually tracks it. So she's one of my great sources of like feedback of like the accuracy level. She's also a very close friend of mine, so I'm really tapped into her, and it's a very personal reading one-on-one between she and I. So that kind of close one-on-one where it's just the two of us and we're in a private container and there's give and take and interchange allows for a lot more depth in the reading. So, but I haven't done a ton of it like it is a paid thing. Like I really haven't like necessarily done a ton of that. I feel like I'm getting, I'm at a point now where I could, if I wanted to, and that may be something that I, pursue, but I enjoy it for sure. And I know like the friends that I do it for, like, and I've had quite a few of my friends say, you should be charging for this. You keep doing this for all of us for free, and you spend all this time with us doing it, and you should be charging us for it. And I don't know, it's just something I've always kind of used as a way to give back and be of service. Yeah. So, and I love doing it here once a month in this community. Like it is very fulfilling to come in here and play in this group. And everyone is so kind and so supportive. And I just genuinely enjoy it. So there you go.
That. Butch Twink has claimed a community reading. And nice. I don't know, Ezra, if you're back at your mic or if you're still herding cats. Are you back?
I'm
Would
back.
you like to ask your question?
Cats have been herded.
Good job.
Yes. So my question is, what are the outcomes for my first stream Saturday looking like? Is there anything that I should do to prepare, like personally, not like technology-wise?
Okay, so any information about prepping for the first Saturday stream?
Correct.
Let's see. Let's just see. Okay. The Lovers. Interesting. We already got this one today too. We've had a couple of repeats. We have had a couple of repeats. Nice. Okay, so 6. So we already know that 6 is about balance. So so being able to like own that, capture that, staying balanced. And down at the bottom, which twink is Air, Gemini, Mercury. So that's what it says down here. And the thing that she talks about with a Lover's card, which is a major arcana card, this is that reminder of the reciprocity, the reciprocal relationship, and to put love into all things. So love is in all things. We can put love in all things, and to, you know, and it's a bond that honors you for you. So it's almost like I want to just say, like, you just go be you. And when you give, be open to the reciprocity of receiving back. And there's love in all of it. So your preparation is be you. Be you is not hard prep, right? But sometimes it's hard to remember to just be okay being us, doing a new thing. You know, if we're stepping out into something different, or, you know, so
exactly how I'm feeling. Like, just forgetting. Oh, I just need to be myself. People will be there to see me. Like, clearly they clicked on my name for a reason. So, yes, thank you so much. Very validating.
Yes. Love it.
I routinely spend the first hour of these raid trains not knowing how to do the buttons, even though I try to prepare like heck, and people still love me and donate, and they don't leave because they know my heart. They know the reason that we're here, and they're accepting of my technological struggle and like autistic flailing. Like, what am I doing? I don't know.
Right. And that's the reciprocal part of the relationship is you show up with the right intention, and then the community supports and sticks with you while you're stepping through whatever it is. It's the beauty of it.
Well, Momster, I almost want to invite you to draw a card about your own stuff that's happening, but that would be a very quiet experience for the rest of us, I suppose. So maybe I'll just remind you that you have the oracular technology to seek your guide's support as well in your life things that are happening.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to just say there's a situation that's going on and then pull the card and see what it says and read it out loud. So somebody else earlier said that they had a situation going on where there was a lot of changes, and I had a situation like that come up today, which is, and it is no small thing that's come up today. So, anyways, so we'll ask for guidance on, like, you know, next steps. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm just going to ask for guidance on next steps.
And I love that you're modeling to the rest of us also, like, ways that we could use Tarot in the thick of it. You know?
Yeah.
Everything's kind of hard and scary, and
yeah. And when I'm really in the thick of it, the you know, the smaller ask I can make it, like, the better, like, you know. Okay. Let's see what we get. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, my stars.
What does that mean?
Fire, Sagittarius, Jupiter.
That's a lot of movement.
And, It's a lot of movement, and 10 is the completion of a cycle. So even though this is a major arcana, it's still a 10, and 10s are completion. And all this stuff right here, the Wheel of Fortune. So I love the hair. That's amazing. Look at all this stuff. There's a hammer and like literally like wheels and a book and wrench, and there's all this stuff in the basically the wheel of things that's flying around. And so her interpretation of the Wheel of Fortune is a change of fortune, honor wisdom, ask questions that expose failure and or let you shine. Well, that's hilarious. Because this whole change is coming about because I exposed a bunch of information that was kind of like not being made obvious, not being made accessible and available. And so I started asking questions and started asking for things to be provided. And so, yeah, so it's interesting, especially the change of fortune coming, because this has been a season of, hard work towards something. And so the fortune hasn't necessarily really been there as much. We were working towards it. So, yeah, I don't take that as bad at all. So honor the wisdom, ask questions that expose failure and or let you shine. So, okay, I'll take it. And it's it's a 10, which is completion of a cycle. And I'll definitely take that. Definitely take the completion of that cycle. So, okay, do we have anybody else queued up?
We don't currently. We have about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
10 minutes before we raid into, I believe, chai tea latte.
It's true. Correct? We do have the thank you video, which is 3 minutes long. So that means we have about 6 minutes to play with. So we do have time for about one more reading. And we are... Math is hard. It's not $14. It's like 13. Are we 7? It's 13. I think we're $13 away from a reading.
Okay.
Yes. So if anyone wants to rush in a quick hot $13, it's a magical number. You'll also get us to overall $240 for this stream, which would be amazing. No, $250?
No.
Math. Yeah, 13 would make it $250.
$250.
It should be a nice round number. Very, very plump and round.
You want to know what the 13 card means in the tarot while we're waiting to see if somebody jumps in?
Yeah, what's that?
So the 13 is the death card, not like ooh scary death, but it's the card of transformation. In the conventional tarot, it usually means something to do with like, transformation of some kind. So, and it's that falls under the Scorpio zodiac sign, which is me. And in her deck, she says it's a wake up call of revolution, strong and capable of walking through fire, learning and letting go. So that's lucky number 13 for anybody who wants to know what the 13 is in the deck.
I love
that.
Which actually a lot of that does sound like Scorpios, except for it leaves out the part where don't tick us off. Don't betray us and don't betray us and don't hurt or betray anybody we care about.
Exactly.
Because we will.
Exactly.
As Meowster said once, you don't want to mess with the Scorpio because you'll be going along fine and then they'll get mad and then they'll go. That was your.
It's true. Is it a whip or is it a tail with a stinger? You don't know. It could be either.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know while it's flying at you. You only know after the fact.
Mm-hmm. So,
Hexagonal, I know that you donated a hefty sum for also mostly the memes, but I'm wondering if you would like a reading. You're here in the voice call with us. If you want to ask for one, you could. Oh yeah, so I did. You did. It was more than a meme. I know we technically have 0.6 whatever, but I also think you've done a lot of work for this stream, and I'm happy to comp you the rest for the content. TM.
It's me.
Hello.
A mysterious
It's
voice.
you. Mysterious L appears.
Gosh, what is? You know what? Just for funsies. Let me see. How do I? Because I do want to try to be specific. I know that helps. The category is
yeah.
gender.
Okay.
And exploration of the self. And okay, I've got I think a good question to phrase.
Okay.
How do I best keep my mind open and creative when exploring all the genderful possibilities?
I like it. Okay.
Great question.
We're hoping to keep an open mind and creativity open while we're exploring. Let's see. Hey, give us some advice, some suggestions, some direction.
This deck is so beautiful. You all, since we did not hit all of our milestones, which is okay because 1,000 is a really big number. We have two options. We could either keep the milestones and roll them into the closing stream, or we could take all the gifts from the milestones and donate it back into the event, which means you could win them anywhere. So the real question for chat is, do you want the chance to win the tarot decks anywhere in the whole event, anywhere? Or do you want them locked into the closing stream so you make sure you come back for that? I don't know. But we'd probably have to, like, that means like on the closing stream we'd have to make like another $350 or something to get to the next one. I don't know. I'm posing the question to chat, and you all can think about it and let me know what you think. But I'll let Mom do a reading now.
Okay. The Nine of Cups. Happiness. 9 of Cups says happiness. So, in asking about creativity and all of that, and keeping an open mind while you're on your journey. 9 of Cups, happiness. And then it says Jupiter in Pisces. I don't know what the things are with that, but you could always look that up. Mm-hmm. But the 9 of Cups is definitely the card of like happiness. And she talks about this, like, it's like being in the luxuries of things. So like, how can you like, and like, even if you look at this, like she's sitting there and she's like feeding herself. Sometimes in the olden times you would see like somebody was getting fanned and somebody would be feeding them grapes off of a clump of grapes. Well, like she's doing that herself, and she's got like jewelry on her ankles, and like there's this whole opulent scene that's going on here. And so she's just luxuriating in all of this food and drink and everything that's and gems and jewels, and they're literally just strung about everywhere. So, maybe things that make you feel, luxuries that actually make you feel happy. And it doesn't have to be like a big expensive thing, like,
right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I like the card.
Yeah, I'm like, the way that kind of hits me is
Grab
also
the
in a sense
confetti.
of
This
like
is not a drill.
Welcome
doing
in,
for
Raiders.
me, not for anybody else.
Yes, 100%.
Grab the confetti. This is not a drill.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for you and the things that make you happy. So definitely focused on you. Okay. I like it.
Welcome in, Wizard the Pig and Raiders. Oh my glob.
Welcome in,
You
y'all.
you are here
Meow
just
dear.
in time. I love it. I love it. So the stage managers have told us to vamp. So what I might do with our little bit of extra time that we have, I'm going to see if I have my channel trailer to play, since I don't know if everyone here knows who I am necessarily. Hi, I'm Gender Master. This is my channel. I have a lot of friends here today. But I might play a channel trailer, and then we can also do the thank you video for this event, and then raid over to Tracy Latte. Hopefully Wizard, who is participating in this event, thank you for doing the shout out, mods. Hopefully Wizard has prepped the audience on what's happening. And I know we're about to see the Ask video on Chai C Latte's channel. So we can do a little cheeky channel trailer for the Gender Master channel. But just as an intro for you all, I'll even switch into this scene so you can see me bigger. Needed a bit of setup to do after D&D. That's fair. My captions are being bratty today. That's just the reality. Anyway, yes, let's manage my microphone. It is put it at the correct mic, so I don't know why it's not working. Anyways, so I'm Gender Master. This is my channel. Gender Federation is a stream team that I started, and we do mutual aid events for wonderful people. In this moment, we're fundraising for Ezra, and you'll see that Ask video soon if you hang out on the train. This is the first stream of a 75-hour raid train that runs all the way through Sunday afternoon in Pacific time, Sunday evening, or even technically Monday morning in the UK. And it's a lovely experience. We do these events roughly quarterly, maybe once every third of a year. And if you want more information, it would be great if you signed up for our mailing list, our email list. I'll go find that and post it in the chat in a minute. But for now, I'll show you a little video about this channel. This channel is sort of the engine that runs the train that is these mutual aid events, because we plan these events year-round. So the event is beginning and ending here on this channel. And the schedule is being streamed. Oh, Princess Monster Truck. So good. Yeah, this is all a wonderful event. I hope you'll enjoy it. Please enjoy this, one of my channel trailers.
This year in the US, we have witnessed a malicious attack on transgender people by the government.
Just kidding. I don't have channel trailers on this scene collection. They're on YouTube, but I can find them. Let me check this DM from C right quick. I will just play the thank you video.
So there's 1,000,001 people that I would like to thank. I'd love to thank them all by name. However, that is not possible right now. So I'm just gonna do a few of the highlights. Firstly, I'd like to thank you, the viewers. Your viewership, whether it be active and engaging in the different Twitch chats, whether you're just lurking while you're working. It is so amazing that you even would take the time to help little me and to listen to my story. I'd also like to thank the Gender Master team, the Gender Federation team. Y'all are quite easily one of the best teams that I have worked with in my entire nonprofit career. It is amazing. What can happen, what comes out of a small community of people who are just simply doing the work because they care. I'd really, really, really love to give a shout out to Gender Meowster. Thank you for listening to me, for bearing with me, for having nice, fun ADHD sidetrack conversations with me during our meetings. A huge, huge shout out to Trans Guy Energy. You're my best friend, and I am so thankful that I have you in my life. You have changed my overall perspective on what it means to be a trans man in 2024. There are no amount of words that can sum up how thankful I am to have you in my life. Huge shout out to everyone that has donated. Y'all are superstars. You have my eternal gratitude. And of course, folks who donated anything, donated game codes, donated their art services or more, donated any kind of prize, or donated your time being a mod, being on in the background in the administrative end. I cannot thank you enough. Your work is remarkable. We could not do this without you, so thank you. Lastly, thank you to any and everyone who helped me get to where I am today. Huge shout out to my mom. I love you so much. You are, quite honestly, the reason why I'm still here today. Shout out to this little guy. The best ESA anyone could ask for. I'm gonna stop now because I feel like if I go on, I'll continue and just end up in a puddle of tears thanking everyone.
Okay.
So that's the thank you video, y'all. It's so sweet and heartfelt. I love it. It's so nice. Yay.
That was my first time actually watching the edited version of it. And
yeah.
Yes, Sunberry did a great job. Everyone go to Sunberry. Go follow. Go get commissions. Go. Well, actually, I don't know if your commissions are open right now. My bad. Either way,
keep your eyes peeled for Sunberry's commissions.
Yes. Yes.
They open periodically, even if they're not open today. So did I have like a sub command? Oh.
Yep. The teamwork line.
So yes, Sunberry did a heckin' produce on that. Very quick edit. 10 out of 10 would work with Sunberry as a video editor, always and forever. Sun does a lot of our event videos. The Asking Thank You videos, there's usually Sunberry lately. And Sun is consistently very skilled. You did unmute to get complimented. Heck. So funny. So funny. C and I have been DMing, and C says raid whenever. Take your time. So as long as C is actually live, I think we're ready to go. I'm going to let the mods check my spelling, because I don't want to accidentally send us to the wrong channel and goof it all up. Did I do it right?
Yeah.
All right. Whoop. Chicey latte. Got it. So thank you, Momster. Thank you, Ezra. Thank you, Hexagonal. Thank you, Ray and DJ and all the rest of the mods and event mischief people, Kamianya, Gamesy, and everyone else too. This is just the start of this adventure, and there are, oh my glob, so many prizes. I have some reminders for you. This train has sleeper cars, so please stay on the train. Even if you're going to bed, if you can leave a computer or a device on watching it, that actually helps the event because the viewer count level is higher. People are more likely to raid in be like, why is this friend who usually has 5 people have 40 people? What's going on over there? And getting more eyes on this event. If everyone who shows up donates $5, like, you know, there's 42 people times 5, do the math. It's a chunk. So if we can just keep up this viewership or even more, that is supremely helpful, and it doesn't cost you anything to lurk. Your low spins today. Thank you for lurking, Chips. Exactly. So like I said, this train has sleeper cars. Please do lurk for the rest of the event if you can. It runs through Sunday. The entire schedule is being streamed to Gender Federation Twitch channel. So if at any point you're like, I don't know, you can also reference the Gender Federation Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky. The schedule has been posted all over our socials. There's the link tree right there if you'd like to go follow all of our social media stuff. We have a couple people that are working very hard to make sure people are getting up to the minute information on our socials, and we are so grateful. Shout out to Dominic for all of that.
Yeah.
Super strong, trans arm, hard work.
Yeah, he was literally up all night last night.
I believe
Like,
it.
I went
know,
to
and I turned
bed
my computer
and-
off. I was going to bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like,
We love you,
okay,
Ezra. We
I
love you.
love all of you, and thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. It's been a really lovely time. We'll see you all again at the end of the train. I think I'm going to have some other people here as well. I can't remember if Ezra's available, but some people will be here doing a thing. We'll get to see the event recap. It'll be fun. Yeah. All right. See you all on Chai C Latte's channel, everybody. Thank you. Bye.